The first one is silence. Silence of 3 minutes a day helps to reset our ears to quiet so that we can listen well. Okay, the second one is the mixer. Even in noisy environment, try to listen to as many individual channels as you can hear and differentiate.
The third one is savoring. This is about everything the most mundane sound. For instance, the tumble dryer of washing machine. And we can also enjoy any sound as long as we listen. Okay, so the fourth one is listening position. This is the most important one because it's moving your learning position to what is appropriate. So the next one is the active position. The active, passive or critical seperti which differentiate the type of sound, which will help become more conscious of various filters and listener to pay more attention to our surroundings. The last is by using acronym which is RASA, which stands for receive, appreciate, summary and ask, which combining all of this, we summarize the process of active listening.
So next, we are going to discuss about the strengths and weaknesses of listening. So I am going to explain the advantage. First advantage is when we listen carefully, it helps us to focus about the issue, and it helps us to understand more clearly and absorb more information. Next is by listening carefully, it encourages us to enjoy life by appreciating more sounds that sometimes we ignore, such as water dripping and also when leaves rattling. Thank you.
Next, I will proceed with the weakness of the 5 ways to listen better. So the first weakness, regarding the first point, basically, it is almost impossible to have a moment of silence in the city because as we know that in city there's a lot of noise, such as the traffic jam, the construction of building sound. So it's almost impossible for us to have a moment of silence in the city. Next, about the listening position. The speaker says that in this point that it encourages us to listen, to focus on one sound and to eliminate other sound. But the disadvantages of these ways is that it discourages us to do multitask. For example, let's say when we are watching the news, listening to the news, and we have to take the phone calls. So if we are trained to listen to one sound only, because we cannot to listen to the news and at the same time listening to the phone calls. Next is the disadvantages is that different people have different ability in listening. We cannot guarantee that this way is effective to all people because some people have limitation in hearing because it's varied according to people. And lastly, we cannot guarantee that the 5 steps is applicable in all kind of situation because what's the use of listening better if the speaker itself cannot project their voices loud and clear? That is almost impossible for us to hear. So basically, listening this way is maybe it's only applicable when the sound is good, the speaker can say loudly and we can hear better. Last but not least, we cannot guarantee that the 5 steps to listen better is applicable in all situations. For example, like we are in a lecture hall and then the speakers, the one who speaks in the front, do not speak clearly and loudly, and it's almost impossible for us to hear even if we are trying to hear using the steps. So basically, the step is maybe applicable in some situation but not all.